Long time coming. CP3, Chris Paul, welcome to the show.
What's happening? Appreciate you having me.
Absolutely. So, as we sit here, we are 1 week from TST, the soccer tournament. What is the excitement level for you like right now?
Man, I'm so excited. It's crazy. Whenever the tournament gets over, right? We already start talking about next year and what it's going to look like, what's going to happen, and I'm excited. We expanded the women's tournament, the men's tournament. The more years that go by, people sort of know what to expect. So it should be very competitive.
My favorite thing about you on site is you're not a field one, VIP guy. You're there a little bit, but you're a field seven, field six, stop by
Yeah.
field three. You go everywhere. What is it about the atmosphere that makes you just kind of let loose and go wherever you want?
I think it's the competitiveness and it's the randomness, right? Because once you get there, right, day one, and you see how the matches are going, and you see all these different things, you sort of gravitate towards a couple teams or a couple players. So now you start looking, you're like, oh, when do they play again? When do they play again? When do they play against them or whatnot? So you wanna see that, and it's crazy. I don't really think about it until you just ask me what you did, but you'll hear this team or whatnot, but there'll be this team that no one's really talking about, but there may be a couple players that you like, oh, they got a chance, literally, because they got them on their team.
Absolutely. I love just kind of walking around and seeing you at different places throughout the event. One of the matchups you were talking about, this year a big one, McAfee's team is taking on Wrexham. That's like as big as it gets for TST. How about that one?
That's gonna be crazy. First of all, because Pat's following is like none other, right? And obviously, Pat does a show from there or whatnot, so his team is already gonna be energized and excited. But no one really travels to the TST like Wrexham, right? Wrexham shows up in a whole different way. It's red everywhere in that stadium. The only team that probably travels better is the women's national soccer team, right? So that game against Wrexham, that's gonna be a good one.
So we have seen just the most random people show up, play in TST, participate at TST, watch TST. Just name a few. Year one, you got Steve Nash, you got Hubert
Yeah.
Davis in the crowd watching. Now we got McAfee, JJ Watt. This year, you got WWE superstar Sheamus is coaching a team. Michael B. Jordan's doing an announcement video for his team. Who is the guy or woman, whoever for you that's like, no, this is the person that we need to get here? Like
Oh
who's
man,
that person for you?
that we need to get. Uh, I'd love to get Wimby out there at some point. I would love to get Wimby out there at some point, at least get him a team in there because this past season as teammates, during warm-ups, we get ready for the game, and I might be dribbling across the court, and then here comes a ball rolling across the court because Vic and a couple of my teammates will be playing soccer on the court before the game. So this past season, I probably had the teammates, probably the biggest soccer fans on my team.
What about you? Are we ever going to see you out on the pitch? It feels like it's inevitable at this point.
Yeah, maybe at some point. You know what? Maybe I'll enter on one of these teams one of these years, and then they just can put me in for PKs. You know what I mean?
I love it. That's a great answer. So you mentioned earlier the women's tournament expansion. How important was it for you to, have that equal prize for the men and women and now expand it even more to where we're at 16 women's teams?
That equal pay was everything. Was everything. The women probably play with more intensity than the men do at this tournament. And once again, shout out to the women's team for year one. Year one, the women's national soccer team who went out there and played against the men and held their own. For them to have, 16 teams enter the tournament now with the same $1 million prize is, I just hope it continues to grow.
Yeah, well, RBC has done a little sponsor plug there. RBC's done a great job of helping us with that this year. And then one thing that is one of my favorite parts of the tournament last year during a rain delay, we were stuck in the content suite for hours. We had nothing to eat. And someone said, well, actually, there's some good eating down below us if you can go down in the rain and deal with the storm, you get the good eating. So we grabbed the good eating. It was like a an apocalypse movie where it was the only food that we could find. Obviously, we'll be back at TST. Any good eating updates that you want to share?
Yeah, man. The snacks are doing extremely well right now. They will definitely be in Cary, North Carolina, right there, because also it's just a festival style feel, right? And you can be, like you said, at field one, you can be at field six, field seven. So it's so dope to be there and to see families, to see people who are fans of maybe Wrexham, right? And they'll never actually be able to go over to a Wrexham game, but they get a chance to support them right there in Cary, North Carolina. So the snacks will be there, and we hope people enjoy them.
Well, final message from you to the fans, soccer fans out there, maybe some who have got their tickets, maybe some who haven't. Why do they need to be with you at TST starting June
Man,
4th?
you need to be right there with me because watching it online or whatnot is a total different experience, right? When you're there, you get a chance to feel the energy, you get a chance to feel the excitement, you get to see the joy, you get to see the heartache, and you get to hear it, right? It's different when you step foot at Wake Med and you just I don't know. I played American football when I was growing up, and I remember on Saturday mornings, and you could just smell the grass, right? It's like you could always smell the French fries and whatnot. So when you get out to the TST, the smell, the feel of everything just fully ingrains you.
Well, I got to ask you, did you see Sinners? Did you see Michael B. Jordan's Sinners?
Absolutely seen it. One of the best movies I've ever seen in my life. Shout out to Michael B. Jordan.
So I agree with you. I kind of think we went to see Sinners. He's got to come to TST. He's got to leave whatever set he's filming on, get on the jet, and come to TST.
Might as well. Might as well, Michael B. Jordan. Pull up.
All right, well, Chris, I appreciate you taking the time to come on the pod, and we'll see you in a couple days.
All right. Appreciate you.